Wow, I think Fitz is the only person to reference the 2004 Pistons other than myself. Wow.
Yeah, I was about to say, hold on.
Thank you, Evan. That brightened my evening.
Well, I don't tie it.
I'm just going to go out and say it. Joey Chestnut has to be on the pub.
Has
Not
to be.
pub more.
Has
I mean,
to be.
Has to be.
Dramatic, man. That was a journey.
Fitzmagic in September is like one of the hottest athletes in the world.
Luka's
So
on
you
a
want to
mission.
talk about putting a team on your back? Luka is Larry Bird reincarnated. This man might get it done.
And so there's a joke that that Jimmy Garoppolo was going to get traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Tom Brady was like, nah, you're going to go with that motherfucker? Like, I'm coming back.
10 seconds.
What is going on? Welcome to episode 107. 107 weeks of the pub, baby. And this is the lightest, most intimate pub we've ever had. Just me and Preacher Man Fitz. Tim, Slate, all had work stuff. Matt, we know him. It's 2 a.m. in the morning for him, and I think he got the best of the day. The pints got to him a little bit. He got a little batted up. Pissed right up.
It's 2 a.m.
But hey,
girl.
Fit-
I can't remember who sings that, but
it sounds like a little Boys to Men. I don't know.
came to mind.
Hey, we're gonna have one hell of a week. We're gonna enjoy it, and hey, fingers crossed. Maybe someone joins us later. Maybe not. Who knows? But let's dive into it. We introduced this segment last week of just a random sports fact, sports question getting thrown out there with Ron Artest. This year's Fitz, you've got a little Packers bias for us. I'm kind of excited for you. You kind of gave me a little sneak preview, and I'm excited to chop it up with it. And do you have a name for this segment? I know you had a busy week. I don't know if you got a chance to name
I
it.
think it's just random sports fact of the day. The
There it
random
is.
sports fact of the week.
Yep, right off the tongue. Random sports fact off the tongue.
RSF
OW.
lowercase OW. Yeah.
Resoir.
You
All right,
throw
we'll make
the
it
O
work.
in for of
Yeah,
the week.
maybe not. Random.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Okay, we'll come up with it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, lay it on
RSFW.
us.
All right, so the random sports fact of the week. I had to pull out of my back pocket Brett Favre story, and I remembered it, but I didn't know it fully. And actually, when I was doing my research, I found out way more about it. It went way deeper than I thought. So back in 2006, the Packers had a receiver by the name of Ruvel Martin, like really random. I don't know how long his career was, but it was a classic case of like blazing speed, but no hands. And he was maybe fifth on our receiver depth chart, and Greg Jennings got hurt. And so he came in for Greg Jennings. And the story goes that rookie Ruvel Martin came in on a Monday night game for Greg Jennings. First play he's in, the corner comes and presses on Ruvel because they're like, oh, this rookie, he's got nothing. Ruvel looks over at Favre, gives him a wink, and Favre just kind of goes, he kind of gives him a nod and snap the ball, drops back. It's a go route. He throws a dime, like Favre puts it right on him. He burns the corner and just drops a perfect pass.
It kind of reminds me of Orlando Jones from The Replacements. Like he's got the blazing speed but can't catch a Twinkie. Like ridiculous.
Yeah. And so Favre, and this is what I was reading about, is Favre's perspective. He's like, man, I know he's a rookie, but hey, he just gave me the wink. He's confident and just classic Favre. Like, all right, I'll try it.
Hey, full send, let's go, baby.
And then Favre would just troll him the rest of the season. Like, he'd be in the locker room just making it way more dramatic. He'd be like, hey, Ruvel. And he'd give him a wink, and just, it was just, and it went so deep that even when Ruvel Martin was cut from the Packers, he actually got a jersey from Brett Favre, and he had a jersey, and he got Favre to sign it, and Favre put it, and it's framed in his house, and it just says "Keep winking." and Ruvel, his friends are like, "Why does it say keep winking?" And Ruvel's like, "No, it says keep winning." And they're like, no, it clearly says winking. And there's a story behind it. And he's just so embarrassed. Like it's an egg on his face. Like that time I winked at Brett Favre and I just completely blew my opportunity. So
That's amazing.
So that's
like-
the story.
I could totally see Favre line up like, who the fuck is 82? He's confident. Let's send it to him, baby. Let's go.
Well, Favre loves those guys. Like that's the thing, and that's kind of where I want to take this. Is just kind of the random like athletes or the random players in the league. And Favre that's what made him a great leader. Is he loved those like random no name players like Ruvel. Oh, this guy's giving me the wing. All right, I'm gonna go with it.
Right.
You know, where I feel like Rodgers is more like, you got to earn your stripes. But I don't know. Rodgers, he's similar. Like when I think of like Jake Kumaro and Jeff Janis catching the double Hail Mary, catching both of them on the double Hail Mary game. So I don't know. But the other thing that came to mind, this is kind of maybe a positive spin on it. So the Colts, the same year, 2006, they had a backup tight end by the name of Brian Fletcher. So again, when you think of Colts tight ends, you think Dallas Clark.
Yeah.
In the AFC Championship game, Colts Patriots, Ryan Fletcher, like late in the game, maybe 3 minutes in the fourth quarter, and Colts got a score. Ryan Fletcher, I only know this because of the Colts Super Bowl documentary. Ryan Fletcher is what Peyton Manning dubbed as the suggestion box. That he always was making suggestions that featured him as the star receiver.
Hey, I'm here for that.
Yeah, and so he tells Peyton, hey, I can beat him on an in route or something. So Peyton throws it to him again, drops it. Like he just completely botched it. And Peyton's like, all right, dude, come on. And Fletcher comes back next play, says, I can beat him on a corner. And Peyton's like, okay, this isn't a practice. This is the FC. But Peyton was like, you know what? This is actually a really good idea. And they draw it up and he throws it. And it was like, the biggest play of the drive. They got a chunk, they get in field goal range. And then they just, they end up scoring and not giving Brady much time. But it's just kind of funny, like the unsung heroes, where it can go two ways, where it can go, you're Ruvel Martin and you drop it and you just totally botch it. Or, maybe another one would be like the David Tyree helmet catch. It's just kind of like, you have your moment that kind of solidifies you. So I'm just going to pick your brain. Any athletes that come to mind, it can even be outside of football, but football is just kind of where my mind's at.
Yeah. So any outside or anybody who wasn't really in the thick of it making a big time play or something. Is that what you're asking?
Or just a fiasco too.
Right. Like they had their chance.
Yeah.
And then they blew it. Yeah. Oh man. I don't know. The first name came to mind when you were talking was like Scalabrine for the Celtics. But he became such a meme lord. But like he's one of those guys, like I remember him playing early on and like, who is this goofy redheaded guy? But he could be wet. And then like you put the ball in his hands, clutch time when he had to start, and it was like it just never it just never happened. But Scalabrine was probably the one that comes to mind.
The White Mamba.
That's right, baby.
Like him locking down Lamar Odom in the finals. That's like one of the best. He doesn't do it. What does he do? He just guards a big man coming down the floor, but everybody
loses their mind. Or his post-game conference is like, how does it feel to play like 2 minutes in the NBA Finals? He goes, how does it feel? Feels great. I'm an NBA champion. In 5 years, I'll still be a champion. In 10 years, I'll probably tell my kids I played 5 minutes. In 20 years, I'll tell my family that I started. In 40 years, I'll tell them I dropped 80. It doesn't matter. I'm a champion. Like I was like, Scalabrine, that's the attitude we all need, man. That's it. I love it. That's a good little random fact. I like it a lot. Let's just move in. And since we're talking about deep balls getting thrown to him left and right, Tyreek Hill, we talked about this earlier. He's found a new home in Miami. He's going down to MIA. And, it seems like life is really good for him. I'm trying to find the right graphic. I do apologize. Here he is. So Tyreek Hill he prefers Tua's balls instead of Mahomes. No homo there. No pause, whatever it might be. So Tyreek Hill, he's on a podcast, and the guy basically asked him a really good question. He goes, all right, so would you rather have, you're having to scramble with your quarterback and make a play, or would you rather just have that ball right in the basket? And he's like, right in the basket. And he's like, okay, cool. So would you rather have Mahomes or Tua? He's like, well, Tua throws a really good ball, and I like the way he throws it. And media, you know how media is. They spin this thing out of control. But Tyreek Hill, he hasn't stopped it, And to me, this looks like I broke up with my ex. I got a new girl. I got to make her feel confident and make her feel like she's the one and she's special. That's what he's doing with Tua. Like, yeah, baby girl, you throw the best ball to me. You put it right where it needs me. You don't overthrow me. You don't underthrow me. Right in the breadbasket. You don't have to worry about Mahomes. I'm done. I deleted her number. She's out the picture. That's how I look at this whole situation with them. With me, I don't know. I think he's crazy. I think Mahomes is a better quarterback than Tua. I think most people would say this. But I don't mind him saying it because you got to go to bat for your guys. I get it.
Yeah, I think he's being a good teammate. Because, that was the whole knock is everyone, all the memes of Tua's throws aren't going to reach Tyreek Hill and all this stuff. And I think that Tyreek, my guess, hey, maybe he just likes left-handed quarterbacks. But
yeah,
my guess is, he's being a good teammate. He's saying the right things. He's being positive. But in the back of his mind, he's like, okay, Mahomes, he's got one of the best arms in NFL history. Like this guy is like you can't, you can't avoid that. You can't ignore that. So I think he's being a good teammate. I'll put it that way. If people want to say, oh, he's lying, I'm gonna frame it. I think he's lying. It's like the best lie. Yeah. It's like telling your wife she looks good in a dress. You just got to do it. You just got to do it.
Claudia, you look amazing in all dresses, baby girl. Don't I always mean it when I say it. All right.
Yeah.
But
in the back of your mind, you're like, man, I dated Rihanna just last year, and she was like one of the best people to wear a dress ever, like in dress wearing history. You're gonna get me in trouble here. All right, we don't need to go down this road here. I'm the single man. I'm the bachelor. So I know you speak off the cuff.
But no, I think you're absolutely right. He's playing the good teammate role. You have to in these situations, especially when you're new to the organization. But I think honestly, he's at home. He's probably putting Patrick Mahomes on the Dolphins and letting him throw to him, on Madden or something. I don't know. To me, Tua is very unproven, but he's in his third year in the league or coming up on his third year. Mahomes, obviously, he's proven he's got a couple rings. He knows what he's doing. Now, the other flip side of this, a lot of people are saying the Chiefs are not going to be the same without Tyreek Hill. They're losing Hill, which is one of their deep ball threats. Yes, you still have Kelsey, but you're taking maybe 50% of a decoy, 50% of playmaker out of the game without Hill there. And so people think the Chiefs are going to struggle. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, we just talked about Ruvel Martin, and the Chiefs basically got Ruvel Martin 2.0, which is Marquez Valdez-Scantling. He was always a problem with Green Bay and deep balls. And I was trying to get on the MVS train, there at the end. But again, a guy with just blazing speed, just runs like a deer, but he has problems catching. It's like you just watch it unfold. He catches the ball weird. Like it'll be high and he's trying to body catch it, or it's a low throw and he's like not like he's not able to just kind of stop his momentum. And it is weird. And Tyreek is like he's got everything you want in a receiver, except maybe height, but I don't know that you need that, when you can jump like Tyreek does. So
yeah, you get his vertical and his speed, like
you're gonna be
fine.
It's like Steve Smith, when people knock Steve Smith it's like he's 5'9", but he plays like he's 6'5".
Exactly. Yeah, he's playing above the rim. Like that's what they say in basketball. He plays above the rim.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think MVS may help. But then also them losing Sammy Watkins. That's another, I think that he is a veteran presence. And maybe I'm just speaking way too much Packers right now, but I'm pretty excited to see Sammy Watkins in green and yellow.
Dude, that
One of
is
the-
scary.
yeah.
And he kind of fell off when he was in Baltimore, but I think he was just kind of overshadowed a little bit. So him
Yeah, I don't
being
know. He's
rejuvenated.
weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's weird because when he came out of Clemson, he was supposed to be better than DeAndre Hopkins. I think he went
Yeah.
4th overall. It's a weird career. I think he started. I can't remember. Did he start with the Rams? I can't remember where he began, but he didn't really have a QB. And I just
Yeah.
remember like Mahomes was kind of the first, and he always starts the year with a big boom, like the first 4 weeks
Oh,
he's on.
yeah.
And
People
then he kind of fades off. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with him.
He's
But
like
again, I
a,
think I thought he was a key piece in KC with Hill. I thought he was a great second receiver.
I totally agree. He started his career in Buffalo in 2014 without Josh
Buffalo.
Allen. So
That's
yeah,
what it was.
they're going through EJ Manuel experience there.
EJ Manuel. Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right, and I think he can get kind of rejuvenated here in Green Bay, and look out NFC North for you guys. That's gonna be good for you. Now, one last thing about the Chiefs: 10.5 wins. We taken over the under there.
Their division's really strong.
Yo, it got tough. It got tough real quick,
Yeah.
especially with Russell moving.
I
in.
would, I'd probably, man, that's tough. I mean, I do like Andy Reid though. I would actually take the under on that.
I think I am too. Without Hill, you have more competition. That division has only gotten better. Chief fans, I'm a little worried for it. Now, hey, you might come out swinging all hell to Chief Kingdom, and you might play this back in 6 months, 9 months, and say, "Hello, at you guys." But I don't know.
That's a
It's
really
gonna be
good.
tough.
I mean, that's a tough money line because
Yeah. If it was 11, you hammer
it'll
the
be
under.
it'll be 1 over or 1 under.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, they're a team that goes, 8-9 or 9-8.
No, you're absolutely right.
I think they're gonna be right there.
Well, let's stay with Miami here. I don't know if you saw this, but Sean Payton, he was famous New Orleans Saints coach. He decides to retire. He left some huge money on the table. 5-year, $110 million contract to come coach in Miami. Now he took a job with, I think, NBC or maybe Fox. I can't remember which one, but doing broadcasting. But Coach Payton, I mean, that payday is a lot, $110 million. And what was supposed to happen was a little Jackie Moon, let's get tropical in here. Tom Brady was supposed to come to Miami, be a quarterback and also part owner of the Miami Dolphins or part general manager of them. Coach Payton's head coaching. And that's how they're supposed to make this beautiful thing roll here. Now, obviously, Tom Brady retires, then he comes back to the Bucs and stays with the Bucs. So a little different spin on that. But apparently it was talks and in works that both these men were coming to Miami to make a Madden GM experience over here or something. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's weird. I don't see Brady leaving. I don't see him leaving Tampa at this point.
I don't either, but he knows that division so damn well. I mean, he played in New England, which is in the same division as Miami. Like, it makes sense, but then you think of like, all right, why would you leave this dream team that you've built in Tampa? Like, 100% I get it.
The only thing would be, Tampa, they already had the return where Tampa played New England last year.
Yeah.
Because I could see it where if he really wanted to beat Belichick, but they won, right? Like, he already beat Belichick. So I don't really see that so that's off the table. Sean Payton going to Miami, that's big.
That would be big. And they're dealing with a brand new coach. We talked about this before. Brian Flores was our dude. We like Brian Flores in Miami, and he kind of got the short end of the stick. He got effed over. But to know Sean Payton was going to move there, that's a game changer, I feel like.
Yeah. And Miami, I mean, Tyreek Hill, obviously that's a big piece. We just covered questions around Tua. I feel like they just need a running back. Like their defense has been decent. Yeah. And that was credit to Brian Flores, I think. I don't know. But I feel like they're still missing a couple pieces. But if Sean Payton's there, that that could be an appeal for someone like, hey, what if Zeke's trying to get paid? Or I don't know. I don't know who's in line for running backs. I know Aaron Jones was looking at the Dolphins last year before he signed.
Yeah.
So
And you talk about running backs. You got Morset, Chase Edmonds, Sony Michel just signed there, Miles Gaskin. I mean, you got some guys who might be able to play
yeah,
running
that's a
back.
committee, but I'm thinking like a big name.
Right.
back.
And let's be honest. I think most NFL is run by committee in the backfield. Like, yes, you have your Derrick Henrys who just like, hey, give me the ball, but he's not a
Mhm.
reception back. You need someone to come in there and catch swing passes and stuff. And so,
Like, what if Kamara joined Peyton? You know?
Peyton and Kamara just head over there. Oh,
Yeah, they're just like, screw Jameis. Like, we're coming. Like, this
Tim's
guy's not
furious
leading
hearing
us.
that.
Yeah,
No, that's
I
wild.
don't know. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I just for him to turn down 110 million, that just I was like, oh shit. Like, I hope NBC or Fox is paying you very well. And I get it. Broadcasting is probably maybe half as stressful as coaching is. Like, I can't imagine like stressing. Coaching in high school for me is stressful enough. Now you put in the pro level, it's a different ball game now. And so maybe his mental health is more important to him than his paycheck, which I get it. But I just want to throw that out there and see what stuck. Well, let's stay with the NFL, and we'll stay with, not really hypothetical because this is true. I don't know if you've seen Jalen Hurts have been hitting that weight room, baby. He's been getting his bicep curls, jamming his protein bars. He's looking buff. So, a little comparison. On the left side of the screen, we got Jalen Hurts in 2021. 1 year later, you got a beefed up Jalen Hurts. And yes, it could be the angles, could be camera filters. But honestly, that Joker looks double the size in the arms. He's super athletic. We already know that. He's got a nice arm. So him just adding size and getting fitter, it's a little bit scary for the NFC least. What's your takes on it?
Yeah, and I actually like Jalen Hurts. I've liked him the past couple of years. I think he's been playing a lot better than people expected. I think in that QB class, he really slipped past everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just a proven winner at Bama and Oklahoma. It is weird, like Philly. I feel like he's been waiting to have some receivers, and I think now he does. I think now he's got more weapons than he's had in a while. He's not just throwing to Jalen Reagor. He's got some other people there. So I don't know. But I could see this could be a coming out party for Philly, maybe. I think Jalen could be at the helm, and that's knowing that their division always seems pretty wide open. Although Dallas, I don't know. Dallas is always weird. When they're expected to be good, they somehow shit the bed. But when you think of that defense, the names on that defense are pretty exciting. So
no, 100%. That division, like you said, it's wide open. I was listening to an interview today of Bussin' with the Boys. Shout out to the boys with Tyler Heineke. And like the way Heineke was just talking, I am sold on Washington Commanders. And just like, because you said that division's wide open, maybe that team can make a run. But with Jalen Hurts, dude, that team is looking dangerously just fast. Like that, I think that's the word that comes to mind when I think of their offense and defense is they have speed, and speed kills.
Yeah, and they run the ball more than anybody. Like
Yeah.
they are an old school football, and I don't know if that's what they're trying to do. They're basically just trying to make Jalen Hurts another running back.
Maybe.
We're gonna try to make you Cam Newton in 2015 and just beef you up so that you're just another option.
Well, think
So
about
that
like,
is a little scary.
yeah. I mean, think about last time, well, not last time, but before Carson Wentz in that Super Bowl run, last time the Eagles were really making noise, Michael Vick was their quarterback. And they're running a lot of spread RPO stuff and just letting Vic do Vic things. Like like you said, they run downhill and quick and fast. And so having a quarterback or running back that can beef up and take hits and also run.
Yeah.
This team looks good. This team.
The thing is, it's a different style than Vic. I mean, Vic is definitely like a
100%.
Lamar. That's like a Lamar Jackson type. I think Hurts makes. I see more Cam Newton. I see like precise throws, maybe not like explosive runs, but I just see like he can run. I think he makes
When it's needed, he's getting the job done. He's diving for the pylon.
yeah.
He's
I feel like
making it work.
he's making throws like Cam, and maybe he's running like Josh Allen. Like maybe just
I like
a little
that.
bit better than Josh Allen.
Yeah, I'd say he's a little bit more athletic than Josh Allen. Not taking anything from
Yeah.
Allen. I'm sold on Allen. I love Josh Allen. I want to get his helmet behind me and his jersey because I'm sold on the cat. I think he's one hell of a quarterback.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think Hurts might be a little more athletic. All right, one more set of NFL news, unless you got something here. Cooper Kupp, the boy filled his cup up to the brim with green and gold. He got paid. We just talked about last week.
Yeah, we did.
Donald getting a ridiculous amount of money, and now Kupp getting a ridiculous amount of money as well. $110 million for 5 years, kind of the Sean Payton deal, right? Kupp, the highest paid wide receiver, I believe, and he's not quite up there with Aaron Donald money, but he's right there making that change. And to me, Kupp is very deserving of this. If we look at the Rams offense this season, he was the dude in the offense. Like, hey, we need a first down. We need a touchdown. We're looking for Kupp, or Kupp's our distraction to make sure we slide something by underneath him to get open. Like, Kupp was that guy. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think he was the triple crown, right? Like,
Yeah.
led the NFL in receptions, touchdowns, and yards. I'm pretty
Yes,
sure
sir.
that doesn't happen every year. So that was making him in the MVP conversation. Yeah, I'd say well earned. And again, I wondered if he was on the bubble as far as not getting paid. So that's a good decision by them. And yeah, for the Rams, it's trying to get back there in the next few years with paying Donald and Kupp.
And
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, I think that's obviously that's apparent now. That's the goal. Again, I called them a one-trick pony last week, but that doesn't age well with those two moves. It's like maybe they are. That's a little bit scary. Again, I just question if they're throwing the bag at these guys, someone's gonna go at some point. And I know we talked about Odell, but I think one of their key defensive pieces might be on the chopping block.
No, and to me, you said, they want to be there in the next couple of years. I think it's a win now mentality. Let's go back to back and let's just get our rings and get the hell out of here. And you're like, how can these teams afford to pay these guys so much money? They have to be over the salary cap. The way they're doing these deals is ridiculous. I think the salary cap is a myth at this point because it's just like made up, right? Because no one's enforcing it, because all these guys they're signing them to cash signing bonuses. So owners that have big pockets like the LA Rams, they're signing out that check in cash. Here's your $60 million. You're only on the books for $1.5 million now. Like, it's ridiculous how they're doing this and get away with it. And, for me and you, we're in small markets, the Bengals and Packers. And so our owners, well, technically Green Bay doesn't have an owner. They have a committee of owners, right? But, we don't have the checkbook.
We have someone behind the scenes doing everything.
Yeah. But
we have one.
You do. You have
I'll
the
say
one
we have
wizard.
like
You have
one
the Oz.
whatever you call them, president of the Packers or whatever.
But we don't have the checkbooks to write and compete with the LA Rams or the Jerry Jones of Dallas, or hell, the Walt family who just bought the Broncos, from Walmart and stuff. So it's, for those teams, they can sign those cash deals and sign anybody they want. And for us, other teams, we're like, what the hell are we supposed to do? Get a better owner? That's what I've been saying all the day long, Cincinnati. So shit, I don't know. P. Diddy, come buy the Bengals. I don't know. But, so it's wild. And I think, people talk about kicking the can down the road like the Rams are doing. But if they keep doing these cash deals, they're going to keep winning and they're going to keep their big names. So, we might see one or two guys go, but the core nucleus of that team, I think, is going to stay and just keep getting paid because they can afford it. If that makes any sense. Yeah. All right. Hey, that's it for NFL talk, unless you got something for us.
I got nothing.
Yeah, that was the big news for this week, and I just wanted to cover it. Kupp literally signed Wednesday, the day after our episode, so we didn't get a good chance to talk about it. Some stuff that popped off late last week is now coming to head this week. The LIV tournament, the LIV tournament in golf. They are the PGA rival. PGA's Batman. We got the Joker over here with the LIV tournament. LIV standing for 54 Roman numerals. So they're calling it the LIV tournament. It's backed by the Saudi Arabia government. So they got fat stacks. They got paper. And they're paying these guys ridiculous amount of money. So I think last weekend they had their first competition, first tournament. The person in last place got paid $120,000 for last place. Winner got $4 million for 3 days of work. So they're paying these guys top prizes. They're paying them well. If you shoot a 54, which they only played 54 holes, you shoot a 54, you get $54 million. They're just throwing out cash. I think it was estimated they're going to pay over $250 million in prizes during their season. So this is big time stuff. Phil Mickelson, Bryson DeChambeau, Dustin Thomas have already decided, hey, F the PGA. These guys are paying my salary. So I'm jumping over. 17 PGA pros have hopped over. Any thoughts on it?
It's crazy. Yeah, man, I didn't realize it was that high.
Yeah.
I knew this story was going on, but I didn't realize how high it was. I thought it was just Phil being a diva, but
no, they're backing the Brink tricks up to Phil's house and saying, hey, have all the money.
how do they have the is it just because I guess my mind's wondering, is golf really big out in Saudi Arabia and in those other countries?
That's a great question. I don't know. And a lot of people have been pointing this, and Matt kind of alluded to this earlier when the Saudi Arabia government bought one of the Premier League teams. I can't remember which one. I apologize.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I remember him saying that.
He called it sports washing. And basically, people look at what the government has done over there and all the crimes against, the civil rights crimes and stuff. And they're saying, hey, but look at these wonderful sports teams we bought. And they're kind of trying to wash away their previous sins in history and saying, hey, look at these teams we bought. And so people are saying, hey, this is exactly what they're doing right here. Is they're doing with the LIV tournament. And so people are like, that's what they're using government money. Instead of giving money to civil rights and that type of stuff, they're actually just saying, hey, look at these cool sports we have now. And I'm not saying that's what they're doing. I don't know. That's what people are saying.
Crazy.
Yeah.
We're going to see a 30 for 30 on this in 20 years.
100%. Yeah. And especially Phil, I don't know. I grew up on WCW. And so Hulk Hogan coming out in the all black, he had the beard and rocking the NWO. He's going against all at everything wrestling. That's what Phil did. He's rocking all black. He's got the beard grown out. He's my Hulk Hogan of the PGA, dropping elbows and legs on the PGA. I'm loving it.
Did they let him wear shorts?
I hope so.
Did they just let him just do whatever they want?
I know the fans a little bit more rowdy. It's kind of like the Waste Management Open over in Phoenix. They're letting the fans have fun. They're going to enjoy it. There's no cut. So in 3 days, you don't get cut. And you just let guys just play. So the rules are a little different. PGA obviously really upset about this. They won't let them in the PGA events. But the US Open is ran by the US Golf, not PGA. So they can play in the US Open. So anything with the British Opens, they can play in the British Opens as well. The only question marks is the Masters. Mm-hmm. And there's another one. I can't remember exactly. But they have yet to decide if they're going to let them play or not because they're not run by the PGA. So hell, that'd be crazy. You have the LIV tournament guys versus PGA at the Masters. You split the green jacket. Now it's half black, half green. Let's go, baby.
Oh man,
the bad boys are here. I don't know. I love it. I don't have any problem with this. Now I'm not a traditional PGA guy, but to me, this is awesome. This is what golf needs. A little competition. No more monopoly, PGA. Let's butt some heads. Let's pay these guys.
Yeah, I only really watch the majors.
Yeah,
in golf. So it's almost like I think if you keep the majors, and again, PGA hates this, but is there a way for the PGA Championship to be formed around the LIV? Like, can your points come from those tournaments, or like can there, it'd have to be like a merger.
I mean, it would
Just
have
because
to be-
I want to see all the guys that are going to LIV, we all want to see them in the Masters. Like the Masters
yeah.
is supposed to be the best of the best. We don't want it to be an amateur tournament.
Exactly.
So-
And I think you got a lot of pride and egos broken. Like we talked about with Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes, like the new girlfriend versus old girlfriend. These guys broke up with the PGA. They're new with their new honey now. And the old girl just blocked them and said, hey, you're out. Your membership's revoked. Get out the PGA. You never come to our events again. To me, I don't think you can do that because like you said, let's say the Masters, it all comes down to the Masters, really. That's the big event for golf, I feel like. And like that's like the one the whole country, the whole world watches. You have to have both parties there to play because otherwise you'll have an amateur tournament where half the field's good and the other half is like, well, we could have won it too, but they wouldn't let us play. Yeah. This is wild. Jay Gray, obviously, she loves golf. She had her thought. She texted it to us. She thought the shotgun start wasn't terrible. It makes it easier to watch on television, which I totally agree. But they're playing in teams for the most part, and she doesn't like that part. She wants to see like individuals get out there and really win. She's obviously like us. Make the more money you wouldn't be able to make in the PGA. She's pointing at Bryson DeChambeau there that he can't win a PGA event, so why not go to the LIV tournaments and get paid at least $120 for coming in last place? Now, Tiger Woods turned down a 9-figure deal allegedly to join him. That's ballsy on his part, but his sponsorship money, I'm sure that's nothing to him. Like, hey, Nike, I guess he lost most of the sponsorships, didn't he? I don't know. Ooh, Tiger. If you kept your sponsorships, that's a good deal. Staying with PJ. If not, I'm gonna need to talk to you, dude. I'm gonna need you to come over here and we'll have a meeting in the closet or something.
If they lose Tiger, PGA is gonna really have to figure their stuff out.
Yeah, who else you got?
Like you lose the face of the sport.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that'd be wild. One name that hasn't crossed over yet, John Daly. I figured he'd be all for it. But he's kind of half retired anyways. But U.S. Open is this weekend in Boston, so you will see LIV guys versus PGA guys in there. And this is the first event that we get to see a little mingling since everything kind of broke last week and 2 weeks ago.
Fight? Is there gonna be a brawl?
Instead of drop the gloves, you drop the clubs, baby. Let's roll.
That would be great. Has there ever been a golf fight?
I feel like there has, but there needs to be one for sure.
I'm sure there have been like altercations, but like a fight, like a Cortland Finnegan, Andre Johnson, like beat down.
Uppercuts. Like you got Rom versus Phil or something.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I love it.
That'd be great for the game, honestly.
Jay Gray says, "Watch out for Sam Burns, Finau, Rom, and Scheffler this weekend for the U.S. Open." So you want to put some money? There's 5 good names you can put some money on this weekend.
Finau.
What did I say? Finau. Yeah, Finau. All right. Anyways, it's been a long day. So that's our golf. Now, hockey talk. Are you ready for this, Fitz?
I actually am.
You got a fighting chance here, dude.
When you threw the stipulations for the Stanley Cup, I'm still in it. And I'm ready to go.
Spice it up a little bit, right?
Yeah, I like it.
All right. So this past 3 days ago, Rangers followed the Lightning. We'll talk about that here in a second. But final standings or almost final standings for us here at the pub. Tim has 12 points. Devin has 8. I have 12. Tim and Matt tied at 10 apiece, and Jager with 5.
Evan, Matt, what are you talking about?
What did I say?
You said Tim.
I'm sorry. Evan and Matt tied with 10 apiece, and Jager with 5. Everybody's got a shot here except Jay Gray, really. Because
I don't think mathematically she's got a chance.
Yeah. So what we have going on here is, what did I say? 3 points for calling the correct game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then 1 point for how many goals is scored in the series and how many games it goes is also 1 point. So if you get those two things right, you could earn up to 5 points total if you get all three correct. So it could boost some people up. So even Slate could hop up there from 8 points. He get 13, he wins. So you never know. I have everybody's picks in except for yours and Slate's and obviously myself. We'll get them in here in a second. But let's rewind the clock here. Let's talk about some Western Eastern Finals. We talked about last week. Avalanche swept the Oilers. Little surprised here. Matt was saying Oil up, baby. Me and Tim were sold on the Oilers, just their offense, but we also backed the Avalanche because they're so dominant. They're so damn good. Surprise for us. But the real shocker, Rangers go up 2-0 on the Lightning. And we're thinking, oh shit, no boat parade for Jeff and Smack Apparel down there. We don't get to go down to Tampa this week. No. They said, hold my beer. We're running 4 straight on the Rangers. They don't deserve here. And Tampa Bay says, we're here for our three-peat. So Lightning get 4 games in a row and they go up 4-2, which is huge.
Yeah. It's not a series till you lose at home.
Yeah, you said it multiple times.
Again, is what I said when it was 2-0. It's like you just got to take care of business at home, and then you got to steal one in Madison Square Garden in Game 5, and then win in 6. You don't let it go to 7. Don't let it go to 7 in the Garden, and they did it. That was how they had to win this series, and they did it. Kudos to the Rangers. Like they proved, they were one of the most. I don't know the words. Like, just, I hate to say they had the most heart of any of these teams. I think that's corny, but they did. There was like a cardiac mentality. Like they were just grinding through the playoffs, and that was the toughest place to play. I think. We'll see what the Stanley Cup, but oh my gosh, every game in New York was just crazy.
Like lights out, electric atmosphere. I don't know if you saw the video of the fan for the Tampa just walking through it. I'm sure he was chirping, but just a Rangers fan just turns around and just sucker punches him and just knocks him out cold. Like typical New York dirtbag fans, right? But no, like that place is electric, and it was awesome to see some hockey in there. But man, like Lightning, we've talked about this before. Teams that know how to win, who have been there before, they just find a way, kind of like the Warriors in the NBA. The Lightning, this is the 3rd finals in a row. Are you kidding me? Like that experience, you can't coach it. You just have to earn that experience, and then to develop on it like the Lightning have, it's hard to overcome. It really is.
Yeah, this is one of the most hyped finals for hockey
the 2 best teams.
Yeah, like no surprises.
Not at all. Well, hell, let's dive into it right now. So NHL Finals kicks off Wednesday. So if you're watching on YouTube, tomorrow, podcast people dropped 2 days ago. I apologize. Go check it on ESPN. Game 2 tonight, though, kicking off. Get ready to catch it on Friday. But Avalanche are a -188 favorite. Literally, 2 best teams in the league. Stat-wise, any way you want to break this down, these are 2 of the best teams from the East and the West. This is going to be good. Fitz, do you want to start us off on your picks, or do you want to read off the picks that we've had so far?
No, I'm on the pod. Everyone else has to put theirs in. Except maybe Devin.
I like
it. We'll trust Devin.
Jay Gray wanted me to read her picks last.
That's okay. She's I think that's fair. But the other guys, because I have 10 points. So
that is true. All right. So Tim, he's picking Avalanche in 7 with 32 goals in the series. He's been high on the Avalanche all year long. He's been kind of like, even like just me and him texting. He'd be like, hey, watch this Avalanche. Like, watch them just play. Like, they're passing the puck without even looking where people are going. They're playing lights out defense. Goaltending has been electric. So he is sold on the Avalanche in 7. So he thinks it's going to be a great series. NHL going to make some money here. 7 games. We love 7 games. 32 goals. That's a lot of goals to be scored, especially between 2 of the best teams. So we'll find out. Devin, I don't have Devin's picks yet, but we'll get them. Matt. He rode the Rangers until the wheels fell off. And now He's saying, you know what? You beat us. I'm joining you. He's taking Tampa Bay. He's taking them game 6. He's going to say 24 goals are scored
That's
there.
low. That's too low.
So it's kind of find that sweet spot, right? Tim said 32. Matt said 24. Find that sweet spot. It's a little tough. All right. Now it comes down to me and you. You know, man, this is tough. I want another boat parade with Jeff and Smack Apparel so bad because we're going down there if it happens and we're partnering with those boys. I don't care what we're doing. We're getting off that week and we're going to go rage in Tampa. We're going to throw some Stanley Cups off the boats and stuff down there. We're going to have some fun. Avalanche, though. Golly, they're so athletic. Tim's been so high on them. We talked about experience. Jay Gray's talked about the Avalanche choking in the past. This is so tough for me. Oh, man. Give me the Lightning.
Ooh.
In 7.
Oh, man.
30 goals.
How many? 30?
30.
Okay.
This is tough. Oh, man. All right, Preacher Man.
Yeah, I know. I really want Tampa to win, but my heart is telling me Colorado.
Yeah, right?
And so, all right, so I'm trying to think of the math here. Okay, so 2 points for the correct pick, right?
Yeah, 2 points for the correct pick.
1 point for
point.
the right amount of games.
Yep, and 1 point.
And then 1 point for whoever's closest to goals.
Yep.
Now, is this like Price is Right? If I go over, do I bust or is it
No,
just
just closest. Just closest.
Okay, I need 3 points. I'm trying to think here. I have to just pick the team that I think is going to win. The thing
That's
is,
the tough part.
if Tampa wins, I don't know if they can win in 7. I don't know if they can win in Colorado. Like 6 would be probably a smart choice. If it's going to 7, you probably want to take the Avalanche.
Hey, you just sold
All right.
me. Hold on.
All right.
Before we make your pick, I want to make it
Yep,
fair. You
yep.
just sold me. Instead of 7 games, I'm going 6 games. You just sold me. 6 games.
Ooh.
6 games.
Okay. So you're copying Matt.
Fuck. I am.
Well, that opens the door for me because I could potentially tie you if I took Tampa in 7 and I got the most goals. I would tie you. It's a lot of eggs in one basket. All right, I'm gonna play. I gotta play the numbers here because I want to win. I'm pulling for Tampa, but I will take the Avalanche in 6. And can you at least tell me if Jay Gray has more than 33 goals?
She has less.
I just don't want Devin to sneak in there. I think it's going to be a lot of goals. I will take, you know what? 42 goals.
42. Let him hang.
Give me 42 goals. Both
like
teams, I mean, they're both offensive minded with great goalies. I just think there's going to be a lot of scoring. I think there's going to be maybe one game where it's like the goalies duking it out, but there's at least going to be like there's going to be a classic, as Matt would say, a classic. That like maybe it's game 5 and it's like 8-7 in overtime. Like I think there's going to be one of those games with these two teams.
No, I can see it.
And again, I even think like a goalie showdown, the score's still going to be like 3-2 or 4-3, and we'll consider that a goalie showdown. Like, oh,
Yeah.
like so, yeah. Avalanche in 6, 42 goals.
Man, this is. I now really want to change my picks. I don't know. This is tough, man.
Nah, can't. That's why you gotta be
Yeah.
in perfect position.
I'm gonna go with Tampa. I'm going Tampa. Damn, I am so hyped for these finals. These finals are going to be amazing. Where puck drops Wednesday, you need to go catch them. If you don't watch hockey, this is the time to watch it. These are literally two of the best teams in recent memory that have squared off against each other. And then in the finals too, this Stanley Cup is about to be chef's kiss. It's going to be amazing. All right, now from those finals, let's talk about another set of finals here. The NBA Finals, baby. It's time. And I am so pumped for it. Celtics, Warriors. We've talked about this before. Celtics at 2 games, Warriors at 3. Warriors get a chance to close this thing out. But both these games have been neck and neck. We look at last night's game. Warriors took the lead early on. Celtics battled back, have a hell of a third and half of fourth quarter, and then they kind of fell apart late in the fourth there. This series has been everything that we dreamed and hoped about. Going back to TD Garden, what are they playing? Wednesday or Thursday? I can't remember. But either way, we got Game 6 on our hands, and probably what it looks like is Game 7 coming up on Father's Day, which is a little exciting. What's our thoughts here? Do we still – I know you were high on the Warriors. You still think the Warriors are going to hold on, clinch their championship here?
Well, I had Steph Curry. I've got money on Steph Curry getting MVP, but after last night, I don't know. He may not win it.
Yeah,
they may give it to Wiggins or Clay.
Wiggins
no,
has been money.
I think Steph could get it, but he's got to perform in these last 2 games. Wiggins defensively, I think last night that really showed. He's just been locking down Tatum.
I was like, where the hell did this kid come from?
Yeah, I thought Draymond played well too. I thought Draymond was really he was the unsung hero of the first half, at least, just really distributing the ball. I don't really think, not necessarily like scoring wise. I mean, yeah, he scored probably his most points ever in a finals, which is like 6 points or something. Right. But getting rebounds, playing defense, being a distributor, I thought Draymond played really well. So that's the thing that's looking good for the Warriors, is their experience seems to be showing here. Again, Clay played really great, and that's just been exciting to see just because of his injury. I don't know, the Celtics. I said it after Game 1. You know, when they were just knocking down threes, they can still just get streaky, and they just knock down a ton of threes. Al Horford's been great from outside. Yeah. Which has kind of surprised me.
Threw some money.
So I don't know. But I mean, we just talked about Madison Square Garden for hockey, for the Rangers being a tough place to play. I think the Boston Garden is similar to that. I think it's a tough place to play a game. It's going to be hard for the Warriors to close in 6. And Celtics prove they can hang around. So just got to see, if they can get someone in foul trouble early for the Warriors, I think that'll be something to keep an eye on. And then Game 7, I just hope it goes to Game 7. I don't think anything would make me happier, just because I really do like the way both of these teams are playing.
Yeah. And I think it will. Like, Game 6 is on Thursday. I just looked it up. Like you said, TD Garden, it's the place to play. Like, you go watch any of like 30 for 30s and The Last Dance and that type of stuff. They always talk about like Boston Garden.
That damn leprechaun,
right? It's a hard place to win. And yeah, the Warriors squeaked out Game 4 away on TD Garden's court. That's a ticky-tacky game. Maybe the officials put too much in their hands, maybe not. Who knows? It's kind of, the officiating has been terrible. But it's been terrible on both sides. I don't think it's been biased. So, to me, Game 6 in that Garden is going to be rowdy. It's going to be ruckus. Good.
Tatum has to play well.
Oh, he
Tatum Tatum has to find his inner Jimmy buckets. What Jimmy Butler did
His inner
with the
Kobe.
Heat in Game 6. Yeah, exactly. Inner Kobe. Like
Yeah.
he just really has to take over. Because I
Yeah.
don't know, what did he have? Did he have 15 points last night
Yeah,
or something like that?
he went MIA, and Tatum does this. Like one game he's lights out. I think I saw a meme where it's like one game he looks like Kobe Bryant, the next game he looks like Lamar Odom, and it's like, what the hell's going on out here, right? So yeah, he's got to deliver, and he's got to deliver for 2 more nights for the Celtics to really have a chance here. That's what it comes down to.
So I think the home court can help. Home court, get the momentum, and then just put yourself in position. And if it goes to Game 7, that is going to be
It's going to be
thriller.
wild.
I'm excited.
I am too.
I hope it does.
NBA MVPs, these have adjusted since the start of playoffs. And so what you're looking at is the very start of playoffs here. Steph Curry has jumped down, I guess technically, minus 320. So he seems to be a lock for the MVP. Jason Tatum has popped up to a plus 350. Andrew Wiggins plus 1,400 is the closest next person. Jaylen Brown at plus 1,500. Marcus Smart plus 10,000. Clay at plus 15,000. Now, we all know what type of impact Clay will have on Game 7. He's a Game 7 master, but it's got to get to Game 7 for the Warriors and Klay Thompson. Any other NBA thoughts you have for us?
The only thing was, I said it before, my gambling streak has been so poor that because I put money on Steph Curry way back, I mean, this was before the playoffs even started, I put like $5 down on Curry to win Finals MVP, which had great payoff.
Yeah.
And just knowing how my luck is, I'm screwed. So I would not put money on anything,
dude,
right now.
I'm glad you're saying that, because honestly, for the past 2 or 3 months, like I'll hit 50% or 60% of the parlay. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, I've never been this cold in my life. Like, footy picks have been amazing for me. Nope, past 2 months. I stopped betting on soccer. Like, I can't do it anymore. It's ridiculous.
I need to do the opposite. I think of Harbaugh when Keanu Reeves he's just on a cold streak and he owes that guy money, and he's like, give me the Heat, or no, give me the Bulls, or whatever. Like it just like last second puts 10K and just switches like the last minute, just like changes his pick. I'm like, maybe that's what I need to do. That's
exactly what we need to do.
Just do the complete opposite of my reaction.
Hey, I love it. I'm here for it. And then we got one more thing before we dive into it. Smack Apparel. Go to our Instagram, Pub Sports Talk. Use our link in the bio. Get shirts covered for all the finals, NBA, NHL, College World Series. They got college shirts, MLB, NFL. They've got you geared up. Use our code. Get a nice little discount. Plus, they have their Father's Day discount going on right now. So go to our Instagram, Pub Sports Talk. Use our little link in the bio. You get discounts. We get paid. And plus, you get extra % off because it's Father's Day weekend. What more can you ask for? All right. College World Series. Let's talk about it. I don't know if you guys noticed. Been rocking the Notre Dame baseball jersey. I was high on the Volunteers. I love their bad boy attitude. Their bat flipping, spiking the bat, flicking off the balls. I'm here for all of it. I've loved all of it. But I'm also a Notre Dame fan at heart, so I made a bet with myself. Whoever wins that series, I'm getting their jersey. So I'm a man of my word to myself. Had to get the Notre Dame baseball jersey. But honestly, college baseball has been so much fun to watch. A lot of game threes, a lot of runs being scored, and just a lot of chippiness, which I love chippiness. So let's take a look at what we got left. So we're in the College World Series here. Notre Dame versus Texas. Then you got Texas A&M versus Oklahoma. On the other side of the bracket, Stanford versus Ole Miss and Arkansas versus Auburn. So a lot of Southern teams out there throwing the heat. And, I watched probably more college baseball than I ever have in my life this weekend. And even my wife, Claudia, was like, what are you doing? You hate baseball. When it came to this, I was glued to the TV. I had like 3 monitors set up in my man cave. I was like, all right, we got Oklahoma over here. We got Notre Dame, Tennessee over here. Like, it was awesome to watch these games. I'm excited for the College World Series. I'm juiced for it. Any thoughts for you?
So Notre Dame knocked off Tennessee.
Yeah, huge upset.
'Cause I
Game
know-
3
yeah,
in
'cause I know-
Knoxville.
Oh man.
Yeah, that place was right. They
Wow.
were selling shirts that said classless versus Catholics. A little play on the words, convicts versus Catholics
That's
from
dumb.
the U
That's
days.
why they lost. That was
Yeah.
dumb slogan.
Yeah, it
Missed
was.
opportunity there.
But the best shirts I saw, which we talked about last week, it says bats and fingers. We flipped them both. Tennessee baseball. And I said, yo, I need to get one of those shirts bad.
That's
Like,
good.
that is
Yeah,
awesome.
and you
Like-
can get it now that Notre Dame beat them. Yeah, that'd be a
Exactly.
great shirt.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
love it.
I purchased a Tennessee Lady Vol shirt after reading my Pat Summit book. So I'll
Hey,
have
there
to-
you go.
Maybe I'll unveil that next week.
I love it. I love it. Well, out of these teams, I don't know how much you've watched of it. I know you had a busy weekend, but the College World Series kicks off Friday and Saturday. Going to be great games. Out of these teams, who you picking to win here?
Oh man,
I know, right?
I literally know nothing about college baseball.
I just want to see what your
Um,
gut says, and maybe I'll just put some money on that because my gut's been terrible.
Okay, so we got it's a little blurry on my end. So it's Notre Dame, Texas, Texas A&M. Who's below them?
Texas A&M, Oklahoma, and you got Stanford, Old
Oklahoma.
Miss,
Stanford, Ole
Arkansas,
Miss.
Auburn.
All right, I'm not picking a West Coast team, so Stanford's out. I like a Texas team. I don't know. If Notre Dame beating Tennessee, you would think that would favor them. I will take Texas A&M.
Yeah. They,
That's my pick. I feel like they just breed them out there.
just breed them. Well, I tell you what.
They just breed ball players. Like the Orakai in Lord of the Rings. They just make them.
Chop them down and make them, baby. Let's go. Stanford is the only number 1 seed left in the tournament. So Tennessee was the number 1 overall seed, 1 seed, which is crazy. I didn't know the stat, but it's been since 1999 since the number 1 overall 1 seed has won the tournament, and that was Miami.
Jeez.
Yeah, and so there's been a history of like 9 of the number 1 overall seed not making the finals, not making the College
It's
World
just
Series.
the kiss of death.
Yeah, I think so. Which if I knew that stat earlier, maybe I wouldn't have jumped on a Tennessee bandwagon. But I love their "fuck you" attitude, so I couldn't stay away from them. Oklahoma took down Virginia Tech, then the other number 1 seed. Stanford obviously moved on, and then Auburn beating Oregon State, which we talked about the Johnny Depp Pirates of the Caribbean run, Captain Sparrow run across space. I like the way Oregon State was playing, but so yeah, this is tough. This is tough to choose from. If you're looking at a number seed point, obviously you have Stanford out there who's supposed to be one of the best teams, but they're a West Coast team. I'm with you. Old Miss shoved it up Southern Miss's tail last weekend. Give me Hottie Toddy. Give me the reps. I think they might bring it home. We'll see. All right. Pub parlay. It's 2 of the coldest streakers in here.
Do an opposite parlay.
I tell you what, we'll do a for real parlay and then opposite parlay. So whatever bet we think's going to hit, and then I'll also throw money in the opposite hits.
Okay.
Whatever weekend you want, or whatever day of the weekend you want.
So I got Saturday because I've got hockey penciled in.
Ooh, okay.
I'm gonna take game 2 Saturday.
Yeah. Lay it on me.
I'm taking Tampa with the points.
Ooh. It's the thing in Tampa
I think
Bay.
I think they steal game 2 in Colorado.
Now, Tampa Bay will probably be – Colorado will probably be the favorite. So Tampa Bay will probably be a plus.
Oh yeah,
1
I guess
or
that's right.
1.5.
So yeah,
So
just
we can take the money line, which is
whatever the
gonna be a higher
whatever odds
payout.
are better. Yeah, whatever pays out better.
yeah.
They're gonna
So-
win by
Okay. So then also
Sounds
take
good.
the Avs money line on top.
or take the Avs with the points as the opposite.
As the opposite, yeah. That's probably better.
Knowing me, neither gonna hit. They're gonna win in overtime.
Right. That's how it goes around here. Man, I've been really sold on some footy action, but you know what? We just talked about it. College baseball. I'm going to talk about it. Shout out to Raphael, my bookie. I messaged him. I was like, dude, where's your baseball odds? Like, I feel robbed here. And he was like, dude, it's on there. You just have to search for it. I was like, well, I feel like an idiot. So I'm gonna take Stanford to beat Arkansas Saturday afternoon. I think they're gonna win. And so on the pencil side, all right, Arkansas money line there too. So hey, we got 2 parlays going. We can't miss. We got to hit, right? It's got to hit. We're destined to make money here.
We're gonna miss both these somehow.
Yeah, I know. Watch. Hey, random question. We'll get out of here.
Yeah.
Do you
have one?
I'll
don't
tell you
have
what. It's Father's Day, so I want to talk about the dads of sports teams. So, like we talked about Aaron Rodgers saying, "Hey, I own you, Chicago. I'm your daddy, Chicago." So I want the best fathers of a sports organization.
I mean, like, what does this mean? Does this mean like Phillip Rivers having 8 kids, or like what? Like what's the context of this?
So for me, it's like somebody who just owns a sports franchise just by beating them over and over and over again. So like we talk about, last week, shout out to the 2004 Pistons, right? The Spurs always got in their way after that. And so kind of Tim Duncan and Coach Pop was their daddy after that.
Okay.
Sorry, Tim, don't kill me.
Man, that's a great question.
Just thought about it on the fly, and I was like, yeah, we'll make this work.
I like it. I'm just trying to think who just cannot get past, because like I know there's many of these, especially like in playoffs. I'm thinking of like Tampa when they played Philly in the playoffs in the 2000s. They could never beat Philly. And then eventually they just shut down their stadium. Like they beat them in the NFC Championship, shut the whole stadium down. If you think of one, jump in there.
So the obvious one is Tom Brady, who's beaten all 32 NFL franchises. He's the daddy of all franchises, right? He's got to win against all of them. That's the one that Google has given me. So that maybe that's a little tipping point, maybe a little juice to marinate there.
I mean, I do think right now that this may be controversial, but I do think the Tar Heels kind of own Duke at this point.
Ooh,
like I think Duke is their bitch.
Yeah,
like to beat Coach K in his last game twice, like to beat him in Cameron and in the Final Four. I think the Tar Heels are your daddy. I mean, historically, no. Like it'll
historically
swing,
it's kind of even, right?
It'll swing right back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as of right now, this Father's Day, the Tar Heels are Duke's daddy.
Hey, you can't argue with that. Like, not at all. I think you're absolutely right. Man, that was hurtful for you to say. But you can't argue with it. Like, shit. Oh, man. Yeah. Well, listeners, watchers, let us know your picks. For me, I'm going to stick with Tom Brady owning all 32 NFL teams. I think that's the best father I could think of for the NFL. But yeah, listeners, watchers, let us know who your best daddy of sports franchise teams. Hey, maybe it's the daddy of your own team, right? For me, Bengals losing the Super Bowl. Maybe it's Matt Stafford. Maybe it's the 49ers for the Packers, like Fitz. Who knows? But sorry, Fitz. I had to get my jab in there. Hey, we'll catch you guys next week.
We were all thinking it.
Yeah. We'll catch you guys.
I gotta do all these.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Have a wonderful time. See ya. In a bit, go well.
Hey,
and then
perfect.
Jay Gray just waves. She doesn't say anything.
Excellent. I love it.
Goodness.
Wow,
Hey, great episode.
Fitz
Just
is
for
the
you and
only
me.
person to
That's fun.
reference the 2004 Pistons. Other
Yeah,
than myself.
on my
Wow.
Yeah, I was
profile.
going
I
to say,
put-
hold on.
Thank you, Evan.
But just a
That brought
Tuesday
my
Well, I don't
conversation
tie it.
with
I'm just gonna go out
Coach
and say it.
Hackey and Red Fitz.
Joey Chestnut has to be
Ooh,
on the
I
pub.
like it.
Has
On
to
the
be.
pub more. I mean,
Has to be.
Hey, we got some good stuff cooking up, man.
Fitzmagic in September.
We got
is
Jeremy
like one
Dowdy
of the hottest
coming on
athletes
next
in the world.
So you want to talk about putting a team on your back?
Did we reach out to
Luka
Steve
is
Burns yet?
Larry Bird reincarnated.
Ah, I need to. Steve Burns.
This man might get it
I'm
done.
writing it down.
So there's a
You got to
joke
email
That would
Pac-Man.
be-
that Jimmy Garoppolo was going to get traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Tom Brady was like, "Nah, you're going to go with that motherfucker." Like, I'm coming back.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. Tim does it better.
Yeah, I can reach out to Steve.